Hi, this is Rachel Kayla, your fun and friendly Columbus, Ohio realtor, coming to you from my office in Grandview Yard, just west of downtown Columbus, Ohio, with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Professional Realty. And today I thought I would come in and speak with you about kitchen gadgets. So something kind of real estate related, but also not really. If you're not in the market to buy or sell, it doesn't matter. I think everyone can find this helpful. And if you're anything like me, you don't want to spend any more time in the kitchen than you absolutely have to. So these are just a few kitchen gadgets, and most are not very expensive, that'll help make your time more enjoyable, faster, easier, simpler, and high tech. So let's get started, guys. The first thing I want to tell you about is the smart thermometers. They are an item that you can put into meat to measure the temperature, like turkeys, hams, if you're grilling your hamburgers, any meat item that you need to know the specific internal temperature. You would use an old thermometer, and like your turkey, your Christmas or Thanksgiving turkey would have a little thing that's supposed to pop up and tell you when it's done. But now we have these Wi-Fi enabled, Bluetooth enabled smart thermometers. So you just stick it into the deepest part of the meat, put it in the oven, or if you're grilling, put it on the grill, and it is hooked up to your iPhone or your Samsung, whatever smartphone you have. And there's an app that it talks to, and that app will tell you when your meat is done, when your turkey's done, when your ham's done. And so instead of you kind of being a slave to the oven and constantly looking and checking and looking at your watch, you can just set that app to notify you when it's done. You can set it aside and enjoy time with your family and friends, or your guests, whoever's over and whoever you're cooking for. So those are great. They can be fairly inexpensive, and they're an amazing tool to help you in the kitchen. Another item is another Wi-Fi enabled item, and for me it's a personal favorite. It's the smart kettles. And I am a big tea drinker. I love tea and coffee, and it's sometimes I'm a little impatient when it comes to making the water for tea. You put it in the microwave, it's not heated all the way through. If you put it on the stove in a tea kettle, it takes forever to boil. And so you have these smart kettles where you can not only get a notification on your phone for when the water is done, but you can turn the kettle on remotely. Maybe you just woke up and you're like, oh, some tea would be great. Pick up your phone and press the button on the app to get it started. Different teas need different temperatures of water to steep in, so you can set the perfect temperature. Sometimes it's hard to get that, especially if you're just doing it the old-fashioned way and boiling it in a tea kettle. Many of them have apps where you can set a schedule, so that just like those automated coffee pots, you set a time where it automatically turns on and your hot water is ready and waiting for you when you are. So those are smart kettles. Now this is one item I wasn't able to find in multiple brands. I can only find one company that makes it. It's called the Quirky Egg Minder. And I don't know about you, but I am horrible at keeping track of my eggs. And by keeping track, I mean I don't eat a lot of eggs, and so they can sit in my refrigerator for a while, and I don't know whether they're good or not. The Egg Minder does two main things. It also connects to an app on your phone, and it's for a dozen eggs, and it'll tell you when it's time to buy eggs at the store. It'll send you a notification when you're low on eggs, so that if you can't remember, you don't overbuy, or you get home and you find out I have one egg but I need 4 for this recipe. So that's the one thing that's really useful about the Quirky Egg Minder. The other thing that I find extremely helpful is it tells you when your eggs are about to go bad. And trust me, no one wants to eat bad eggs. So I know there are tips as to if it floats or sinks, but I can never remember which one. So the Egg Minder has an LED light that'll light up on the actual egg holder that'll tell you the eggs are no good anymore and you need to go out and buy some new ones. So that's the Quirky Egg Minder. I believe it's available on Amazon if you're interested in that. The next item are digital measuring tools. So you can get any measuring tool basically that you can think of in a digital and Wi-Fi enabled version. There are digital measuring cups, and many times they'll convert the measurement for you. So if you put, say, a cup of flour in, it can convert it to grams, it can weigh it and tell you what the weight is, the volume. There are digital food scales, and some of these even hook up to apps with recipes, and they'll help you with the weights and measures and help you convert if it's maybe maybe it's a European recipe and you're cooking in US standard. It'll help you convert those measurements. It will also make suggestions for substitutions and how those measures turn out. So if you're a baker, those items are fantastic for you. I've also seen digital measuring spoons. So they run the gamut and they're actually fairly inexpensive. I've seen them as low as under $10, and they can be extremely useful and helpful. I think bakers especially know that if you're off by even the slightest amount, it can completely change and possibly ruin whatever you're trying to create. So the digital measuring tools are fantastic. My personal all-time favorite kitchen item is next, and I've actually converted the slow cooker or the pressure cooker. Now, I used to be a huge slow cooker person, just dump it all in a pot, go away, come home, it's done. I really love my electronic pressure cooker now. I think a lot of you know it as an Instapot, but there are other brands out there. And it not only works as a slow cooker, but as a few other rice cooker, few other items too. So slow cookers and pressure cookers now have become smart. And again, they hook up to your phone via an app, and now you don't have to worry about, and this was always my concern, if I leave it plugged in while I'm not at home with the slow cooker, what's gonna happen? I know you've all seen or heard about This Is Us and the big fire. So that worry is gone. I've also, and I'm sure many of you have burned things in a slow cooker or pressure cooker because you're not sure, you got delayed getting home or you got caught in traffic. And it's simple, open the app, turn the temperature down, turn it off, and your food will be perfectly cooked when you get home. You can also set a schedule so that if you don't want to turn it on before you leave, it's something, maybe it only needs to cook for 3 hours, you can program it to turn on 3 hours before you return home, or 3 hours before that meal time or when you want that item. So many brands offer models that come in that Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, even 3 and 4G enabled wireless cooker, and it's fantastic. They're already fantastic as a kitchen item. Personally, that's what I believe. But it's even better when you have that much more control. You can set schedules and timers, and it just makes your life easier. And what better than to make your life easier and less stressful so you can enjoy your home, you can enjoy time with your family, and you can enjoy a good meal and a good kitchen experience. So those are the items I would recommend. The smart thermometers for your meat thermometers, the smart kettles, the Quirky Egg Minder, any kind of digital or smart measuring tool, and then the digital, the Wi-Fi enabled slow cookers and pressure cookers. Those are all fairly inexpensive and easy things to obtain to make your kitchen high tech and to make cooking and mealtime and baking more enjoyable. If you have any items you'd like to suggest, I would love to hear about it, and I'm sure everyone else would too, because who doesn't want to have an easier time in the kitchen? So feel free to share those in the comments below. I would love to hear it, or you can email me at, it'll be coming across the screen here soon, Rachel at rachelkayla.com. Of course, I'm always happy to help with your real estate related questions. Feel free again to email me or put something in the comments. I would love to help you out with that. Feel free also to give ideas for what you want to hear about in my blog and video posts. And that is all I have for you this week. Have a wonderful day, guys. Bye.